I think what led me to do the work I do today was that I'd come from a pretty tough childhood. I always say by American standards. I always had a roof over my head. I always had fresh water, but not much else. Not a lot of attention, not a lot of guidance. And I grew up in a family where there was constant violence, and it wasn't easy, and it wasn't fun. And to go from that experience, I was a good student, and I tried to do well in school, and I thought, if I could just be good enough, maybe it would be enough to stop the pain. Married into a family business in my early 20s and into a really loving family. And they had a whole different way of being, and I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about business from that experience. And at the same time, I was learning about myself. I was learning about what I wanted to create in my life. And so as life has taken me on this journey of being in the restaurant business and then being in real estate and then being in retail and then having a wine business, one business kind of gave birth to another business and so on and so forth. I got to a place where I really had everything that I could imagine from my home and my family and my life, but there was still a part of me that wanted to give back. And I think it goes back to the people who saw me when I was young, when I couldn't really see myself. There were women that reached their hand out to me that told me it didn't have to be so hard, that things could be better, they could be different, and they helped me see life in a different way. So the business that I do today is really all about how do I take the gifts that I've been given, the journey that I've been on, and pay that forward. Now that I've reached a certain level of financial freedom and time freedom, how do I help other women get out of the place that seems like it's really hard? How do I help them get to a place where they can have some freedom and they can give back? And that's really what Limitless Women is all about. I'd say, I always joke that the greatest work I'll ever do as a human being is to be the steward of other human beings' lives. And so I have 3 amazing children, 2 that I gave birth to, 1 that came as a package deal with his daddy. And so, they're doing really, really well. I have a wonderful husband that I love dearly and, a good life all around. I can speak to you about what the future that I see is possible for Limitless Women. And what I know there is that as we've started to really build momentum and gather this incredible community of like-minded women, what I can see is that the viability of this is amazing, that we really can reach women globally with a message of giving causes growing. It's not someday when you get there that you get to give back, right? It's one of these things that as we all give and stretch a little bit and do it together in community, we can help each other out, share resources, and really grow in a way that's organic, and the ripple effect is huge. What I really love women entrepreneurs and business owners to know is that everything that I have and every experience that I get to have today is all something that was just a glimmer in my past. It wasn't something that I grew up having. I didn't have a lot of role models around me of what it felt like to be or what it looked like to be, a strong, independent woman, having your own company. None of this was in my family of origin. And yet, when I was curious, when I heard the calling, I followed the baby steps and I kept doing the actions. And it took one step and then another step and another step. So I think that the place that I'd like more women to understand is that they're capable of so much more than what they think they can do. And the secret to having whatever you want happen is in community. It's in receiving support. It's in really getting clear about what your next vision is and then allowing yourself to be supported by those around you so that you can actually have it happen. This is my legacy work. I feel like after raising my children, which was my first priority, and I've done a great job. They're now adults, they're taking good care of themselves. This is the work that I want to leave my thumbprint on the earth with. I want more women to understand that with the right systems, with the right team, with the right community, they can create businesses that not only support their families, but help level the playing field, that help give access to resources to folks that may not ever know how it could be, right? I think there's a place where, as the world has gotten smaller and we have more connection and more communication globally, we really can be a part of the change. We can be a part of eradicating hunger. We can be a part of bringing education to boys and girls worldwide. We really can have a place where peace can exist on earth. I feel like the most important thing that I would share with any other woman who's out there following her calling and knowing that she has a glimmer. I have a belief that if you can see it, there's a reason. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be on your radar. So if you can see yourself at a new level, if you can see yourself in a new type of business, if you can see yourself expanded and reaching many more people, be patient with yourself in the process. Take the actions each day that you know you can. Get support, allow yourself to receive support, and be compassionate with the process. There's a saying that Rome wasn't built in a day. All great, impactful businesses are built with team and over time. And like many people who are successful, I'm a typical overnight sensation. This is the culmination of 30 years of experience that allows me to be able to serve you with what works in business, what's tried and true. And like you, I'm right out there looking for what's current and relevant. I'm on the journey with you. And if we do it together, it doesn't have to be so hard.